There is only one way to stop the destruction of the world. Boruto must become strong, or he must have a good relationship with Momoshiki. As the sensei of the main character, Kashin Koji has a big role in this. But how does he do it? Oh yeah, today is my day. We are going to unveil and talk about Kashin Koji help Boruto to find a way out of destiny and control Momoshiki. But before I explain the point of all this, it would be better if we talk first based on what has happened in the Naruto anime, because then what I'm saying has a reference and is not just nonsense. So let's start it. Without you knowing it, if you analyze every part, starting from the cooperation between Boruto and Kashin Koji, believe it or not, if what Jiraiya experienced in the past will be repeated in this Boruto story. Maybe there are some examples that are very relate to this. Kashin Koji and Jiraiya turned out to have a role and similarities in the story to train the main character to become stronger and also to change the future that will happen. Maybe as an example, when Jiraiya trained Naruto until he was able to master Rasengan to control the Kyuubi chakra. And it turns out that what Jiraiya did to Naruto was a destiny that Jiraiya had to go through, even though in the end he had to die at the hands of pain. But in essence, after Jiraiya learned that Naruto's destiny was to save the world, he had to practice controlling the Kyuubi chakra. Because after it was discovered that Akatsuki was targeting the Jinchuriki, including Naruto, Jiraiya gave Naruto the opportunity to train with him in order to fight Akatsuki, who was targeting him. Although in the end, it was not 100% successful. Even the worst thing when training Naruto, Jiraiya got a severe injury because he trained the Kyuubi inside Naruto's body very hard. And maybe if we compare it to Boruto, he should also get harsh training from Kashin Koji. Maybe the difference is in Momoshiki and Kyuubi, two entities that have great power but are very difficult to control. Maybe we haven't seen how hard Boruto trained with Kashin Koji until he became as strong as he is now. But for example, we've seen the proof through the 9th chapter, where Boruto tells Kawaki that he is a lousy person. Because how come for 3 years they haven't met, Kawaki's strength still hasn't increased at all? Even he lost to Boruto, who had not lived in Konoha village for a long time. Maybe from what Boruto said, we can infer and prove to us that Boruto has undergone rigorous training from Kashin Koji and Sasuke. And during his training, there should be a possibility of Kashin Koji telling Boruto that, in the future, Momoshiki could control his body or vice versa. You should realize that in addition to Kashin Koji being able to tell Boruto how to become stronger by learning the jutsu he mastered, in the future he could also potentially tell Boruto how to prevent Momoshiki from controlling his body, just like Naruto controlled the Kyuubi. I admit that this has not been proven yet, but based on the analysis that I have said, does this make sense, guys? Believe it or not, if there is a possibility that Kashin Koji in the future sees when Momoshiki controls Boruto's body, Kashin Koji must have seen a lot of future paths where Momoshiki could have controlled Boruto's body. And maybe if Boruto doesn't become stronger, where in the end he is controlled by Momoshiki, could this be the destruction of the world done by Boruto because Momoshiki controls his body? Maybe one way to fight the destiny of destruction is in 2 ways. Boruto becomes stronger, or Boruto makes peace and befriends Momoshiki so that he can fully control Momoshiki's power, just like Naruto controls the power of Kyuubi. So what do you think, guys? Does this make sense? There are several other things that might be said to be part of the way to control Momoshiki so that he does not control Boruto's body. For example, in chapter 9, it seems that Kashin Koji has told Boruto that he should avoid fighting with Kawaki, because if Boruto meets Kawaki or fights with him, then karmic resonance will occur for Boruto and Kawaki. And when Boruto insisted, then inevitably at that moment he had to avoid it. Because when Kawaki activated his karma, then at the same time Boruto had to avoid it. Because if Boruto insisted on it, then Momoshiki had a great chance of controlling Boruto's body. And in conclusion, what we saw about Boruto suddenly experiencing resonance with Kawaki's karma is a clue for all of us that Boruto already knows how to prevent Momoshiki's awakening. And once again, do you agree with my opinion, guys? And as another example in chapter 13, When Boruto was shot by Jura and dying, Momoshiki did not immediately take over Boruto's body. And if, until the 14th chapter, Boruto is still not controlled by Momoshiki, even though he has been made dying by Jura, it means indirectly that Boruto already knows how to keep his body from being controlled by Momoshiki, even though he is dying, even in a condition where his chakra is almost exhausted. Then, from all that has happened after the time skip, do you think Boruto will be able to prevent Momoshiki's presence forever? It seems not. There's no way a main character is allowed to successfully resist the demon in his body for as long as he fights to make his wish come true. We learned a lot from Naruto's story. He never managed to stop Kurama for dozens of chapters, and to be able to control his body, he had to control his emotions well after he learned with Killer Bee. Even though Boruto has been training with Kashin Koji, and he already knows how to prevent Momoshiki's presence, I believe that if someday Boruto has to face a crisis that makes him choose to save someone, or he will let that person die and still keep his body from being controlled by Momoshiki. Maybe inevitably he will definitely choose to help that person, even if he has to sacrifice his body being controlled by Momoshiki, right? Because believe it or not, this is the same as Naruto. They will prioritize the safety of those closest to them over themselves. Then in your opinion, can Boruto hold back his emotions or control his body when he sees something happen to the person he cares about the most? This is the reason why, in order for Boruto to unleash the potential power of Jougan, it must start from the appearance of the Momoshiki in Boruto's body. Just like when Naruto was almost completely controlled by Kurama, maybe based on this analysis, Boruto should experience the same thing, right? And what's interesting about this discussion is, who is the person who can stop Boruto when he is about to be controlled by Momoshiki? Maybe if we compare with Naruto when he fought against Pain, Minato was the one who helped Naruto not to be completely controlled by Kyuubi. It all started with Naruto's seal being partially filled with Minato's chakra when Minato made the seal. Then what about Boruto? Who can stop him? Maybe I think the one who can stop Boruto is the one from his own family, namely Himawari. And when Boruto is fully controlled by Momoshiki, then only Himawari can stop Boruto from destroying Konoha Village. Himawari will play the same role as Naruto because he is currently inheriting the power of Kyuubi in his body, because after all, as time goes by, I believe Himawari or Kurama will have great power, especially since it's been shown that Himawari has surpassed her ancestors. Additionally, being a descendant of both the Uzumaki and Hyuga clans makes her quite special, right? So in conclusion of this discussion, one way to control Momoshiki so that he does not destroy the world is Kashin Koji training Boruto to become even stronger. Maybe this is a way that still sounds reasonable because it has a large percentage of success. By having great strength, Momoshiki will not easily control Boruto's body. Then, to be able to make Momoshiki reconcile or be friendly with Boruto like Kurama with Naruto, I can't say that this will work, because Momoshiki and Boruto are two different entities. Momoshiki is said to be a god and such, while the Kyuubi is very different. But even so, are you sure if someday Momoshiki will end up like the Kyuubi who has a good relationship? I'll be happy to read your thoughts and opinions, guys, so maybe that's all we're talking about this time. Likes and subs, I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, Databayo!